Hi, Dr. Rugenstein here. We are in Lunsford City Park in the Cornhill section of Rochester. It used to be known as Plymouth Park, but was changed to honor a black physician. This is a predominantly black section of town. In 1964, there was terrible riots in Rochester, and a good portion of this area, Clarissa, Troop Street, down through here, was just burned down to the ground. And it's all remodeled now, new homes, apartment buildings, I guess, if you want to think of them that way. And it was not something that was, well, forgotten right away. And so there was a lot of problems. There was some bombings in the 70s. And in August, well, let me turn the camera around here and let you see. So what you see there is a church. It originally was the Cornhill Methodist Church. And it was founded, the Methodist church here, Cornhill, Methodist Evangelical Church, I should say, is what it was. Founded in 1852. The first church was built in 1854. And the new church, which is what you're looking at here, was built in 1900. It's also the ruins that you're looking at. 68, the Methodist Episcopal Church and the Evangelical Brethren united into the United Methodist Church. And when they did that, this church was falling behind in numbers, and so they gave it to the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And after that, there was a number of suspicious fires. And then in August of 71, I guess it was, there was a major fire and it burnt the church down. It's now owned by End Time Deliverance, and you can't get in any longer. But we'll see what we can see. I have some still pictures from when I was here a few years ago, and I will put those up so that you can see what it looks like inside. There you see the sign up on the building. Cornhill Methodist Episcopal Church, 1853 to 1879, and then 1900, when was this built? It's pretty much all in ruins now. The End Time Church uses it as a fellowship area. Again, I've got still pictures I'll show you from when I was inside last. There's the present church back there. The gate used to be open, but again, they probably have a lot of people that come in and cause trouble. I'll put a picture up too of what it once looked like. Weekly services. And of course, what you can see up there. And here you see donated by the United Methodist denomination to the African Methodist Episcopal Zion, something in 1969. Cornhill AME Zion Church, organized October 18th, 1970, dedicated to the glory of God, September 16th, 1973. And there you can see some of the plaques. You can see the interior there. Not much, they've got it all boarded off. You used to be able to walk into that section right there. I may have a picture of the inside. Oops, this is where the congregation was. What was burnt never rebuilt, and the fire was suspicious, and probably had a lot to do with racism. Now, earlier that year, there was a Baptist church that was bombed. This was burnt down. It was bombed along with a mosque. Rochester's had Muslims from early time period. So that is the ruins of the Methodist Episcopal Church. Cornhill Methodist Episcopal Church. And as I said, the last time I was here, you could actually kind of walk inside. But I bet you they have insurance things, on top of which it's their fellowship area. And they probably don't need people moseying around in there, much as I did the last time. I didn't do anything. This must have been a doorway in at one point, probably into a fellowship hall. This obviously was the main entrance here. Bell tower. One wonders how much longer this will stand. Again, this section of Cornhill wasn't touched too much, but boy, there's other parts that you can see. It's all brand new manufacturing. I'm not sure if this is the this very much could be the parsonage, maybe. It probably is the parking lot for the church, I would imagine. Most I can say is tell me to get off. Oh. Another vantage point. The bell tower. You must have cookouts here. So you can see this was part of the original church over to here. This is probably added on, I'm imagining. So, although we couldn't really walk inside, we were able to get a good view of the ruins. Sandstone, I think. I don't know. I want to say it's sandstone. Many people came through that door, I bet. Pardon me. So let's go over to the park again. And there's some information over here also. And again, this was once known as Plymouth Park. Here, you can, before I get into the park, this is the corner of Edinburgh and Frederick Douglass. And you can see these homes here are older homes. They weren't touched really from the riots. If you look across the road right there, those are areas that were all burnt down. 1964, 8 years old, and I can remember how much disturbance there was, the fires, but they were living in dumps. White landlords had come in and had taken old homes like those over there and split them up into really disastrous little hovels, and they just ran down. They didn't care about them. And so when people have had enough and they have nothing else to lose, that's what happens. I would think that was the parsonage. I don't know. It kind of looks like the parsonage. There's another view of the church. And again, Cornhill neighborhood, or neighbors. You are in Lunsford Park, once known as Plymouth Park, in 1986. Plymouth Circle Park was proclaimed Dr. Charles Lunsford Circle Park, Rochester's first black physicians. Plymouth Avenue formerly ran to the circle and continued south to 2 Block Street, starting at Adams Street at the south end of Avery Mall's now Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Lunsford Park was also known as Caledonia Park. When laid out in 1837, the names of the streets off the circle, Edinburgh and Glasgow, reflect the interests of Scottish immigrants who settled in Caledonia tract owned by John Gregg in the 1830s. Clarissa Street, running north and south on the west side of Cornhill, was formerly named Caledonia Street, but renamed in 1844 after Mayor Charles Hill's daughter Clarissa. The Greek Revival House, located at the northwest corner of the park, was built by Colonel Henry Cody, the engineer for the Second Erie Canal Aqueduct. The Immaculate Conception Catholic Church has been a landmark on the west of the circle since 1864. South of the church, the Second Empire House was constructed as a rectory in 1871. The only surviving examples of 19th century brick row houses remaining in Cornhill are 45 through 57 Glasgow Street. These were built in the 1880s by William Knight, a real estate promoter of that day. When downtown St. Joseph Church was destroyed by fire, the Redemptionist Fathers offered a gazebo from the garden to the Cornhill neighbors. It was moved in 1979. Restoration of 1880s Queen Anne style gazebos funding and relocation project was Cornhill Neighbors Association. So, let's see. That is the church they were talking about, the Catholic Church. Interesting, that wasn't touched at the time. And then the Greek Revival. On the northwest corner. Northwest corner. Well, I don't know. I want to say it's that one right there. But that looks more like a federal house. Let's walk over here. We'll go through the park in any case. Hey, squirrel. So this is the gazebo they were talking about. Yeah, it must have been that one over there is what they're talking about. Because there's no Greek Revival over here. This is Glasgow. And these are the homes they were talking about, I suppose, that were here originally. There's Glasgow. That's been there a long time, that rock. This walking around the circle here. It's 45. This must be what they're talking about. These homes in here. Frederick Douglass. Here's the other side of Glasgow over here. This must be the ones that were talking about brick buildings that they mentioned. So yes, that is the Greek revival over there that they were talking about. And these are those brick buildings they were talking about that are of historic nature. Yes, that's it, 47, yep. That is what they're talking about. And they look empty. Some of them do. Interesting. Interesting how that was the only church that had suspicious fires. Interesting that's a historically black church by that time. It became a black church at that time. And you always have to wonder, is it old disgruntled parishioners? Just what was it that did it? It's a nice little park. Cornhill. So with that, I think we'll get going. Hope you enjoyed the little look here at the ruins. Again, please subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, tell others, and more information in the bottom, always in the description. And hey, listen, go to Gypsy Guy if you're looking for boots. I hold on, let me show you these. I got these boots around Christmas time. And I'll be honest with you, I have worn them through all types of things. Winter, summer, mud, salt. They don't leak. They're holding up fantastic. So in the description at the bottom you'll see a link to Gypsy Guy. And if you're looking for boots, these boots are excellent. One of the few boots I've ever gotten that just fit right when I put them on. Usually it doesn't work that way. You get 15% off too if you use Dr. RGST. So try it out. They're good boots. So with that, have a good day.